is good to be here with you. I always say with you, but then I always start thinking, Christy. I'm here with Christy today, by the way. Last week
Yes,
it was
yes,
just me,
yes.
but I'm here with Christy, and I find myself the rabbit trail that goes on in my head is just like I keep thinking about the weird sort of like the metaphysical reality of podcasts. I'm always
Yes.
like, it's good to be with you, but I'm like, well, that's a conceit because we're not actually with each other. So even you and I, Christy, are in a virtual space, recording this online. We're each in our
Yeah.
actually physically in our homes in Indianapolis and Colorado Springs. But then we're recording this that's going to be converted into digital information that gets posted online. And then people are going to download it. And that digital information is going to be projected uh, in an audio format through their speakers or their AirPods or their headphones. And that digital information will be translated and it will feel like we're with you.
Yes.
That's
And it's
bonkers.
but it's true because have you ever like listened to a podcast or watched a TV show and you feel like you're friends with the people
I
even though you've
know.
never met them? And you're
I
like, "No, I know
know.
them. They're my friend."
I know them. I listen to you. Like I hear your voice all the time. Sometimes people
Yes.
say to me, which feels so, I don't know. It feels weird to me. So I
It
think
is
in
a little
another
weird.
life I could have been like a technology grump. You know what I mean? Like in another life I could just be like a farmer that is not on the internet. I'm just like doing my stuff,
Well,
not on
I'm
the
glad you're
internet.
not that person. So,
Yeah, it's probably good that I'm not. So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I try to just acknowledge that it is it is fascinating. It's not like it's untrue. You know what I mean?
No.
It's not like, oh, the
Right.
digital information is meaningless and every benefit you get from listening to the Gravity Commons podcast is completely false. That's not true at all, is it?
No.
So anyway, so it kind of blows
It's
my mind, I
weird.
guess. The
It's
the
weird.
the technology and how it allows presence over distance in a certain way, not in every way. Man,
All
see,
this
I'm
to
doing it
say,
again. I'm getting fascinated by it. Yeah.
listen, listener, if you're in Colorado Springs,
Mhm.
look me up. I'll
There we
take you to
go.
coffee and then we'll actually be with each other.
Yeah, and I
There
do
we
know
go.
a lot of folks that listen are part of our church or they're here in Indianapolis. So same. So
Yeah.
anyway, well, anyway, it's good to be. I'm going to put this in air quotes together this morning. We're recording in the see even that we're recording in the morning, mid January. I guess this is going to be posted next week from our temporal perspective. But anyway, it's good to see you, Christy, and it's good to be here
Yeah.
with, in scare quotes, all of our friends. Christy, I wonder what you have been reading lately.
Yeah.
Give us some book
um
recommendations.
I'm always in the middle of like three books.
Mm-hmm.
And so it all depends on what my mood is of which book I'm going to read.
Yeah,
But this
I
week
like that.
I just read The Let Them Theory by Mel Robinson.
Oh, I feel like I've heard
She
of this.
it's basically like, when people are doing things to not get all emotionally entangled in all of
Uh
their
huh.
junk, but to kind of let them do what they're going to do and then
Yeah.
let you be the person that you know to be and to
Yeah.
love well. And
Yeah.
so, anyway,
Hmm.
I just finished that. And then this is so
Nice.
nerdy, but I just read The Manual by Epictetus, which is like a
Oh
Stoic
yeah.
philosopher.
Uh huh.
It's kind of like his, I don't know, proverb.
Yeah.
Like it's like very
Mm-hmm.
short little things, but it
Yeah.
was fascinating. It was very good actually. And
Hmm.
yeah, and then my kids and I we had like conversations about it because they read it too.
That's interesting.
So we're kind of nerds like that.
Yeah. Well,
But those are the last two books I read.
well, thanks for sharing that. I'm looking at this book online here, and it is like Stoic philosophy is somewhat similar to what I'm reading about in terms of let them, which is it sounds like basically like stop trying to get other people to do things that you think
Yeah,
they should do,
you
and
can't
stop
control
allowing
any.
them to do things that or to sort of control your life as well.
Yeah, because you can't
Yeah.
control anybody but you,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
um, Yeah. What about you? What are you reading these days?
Well, funny you should ask, because no, there's been some similar stuff. So I just finished up. It was actually a few weeks ago, but I finished up this book. Where is it?
Pulling it
Called
off the bookshelf.
Meditations for Mortals. So
Okay.
again, speaking of like Stoic philosophy, there's some Stoic philosophy in this, but this is a book by Oliver Berkman. Show it,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I've never read it.
it's great. But he kind of draws on a lot of those similar thoughts, which I think, I think there's a lot of that stuff that coheres and integrates very nicely with Christianity in a lot of different ways. And so I
Hmm.
found it really helpful. It's just like it's like a secular devotional, almost like four
Okay.
weeks to embrace your limitations and make time for what counts. Anyway, I found it helpful just for sort of just right sizing my expectations about
Yeah.
life, and
Hmm.
just doing kind of what's in front of me. I found it to be a kind of a meditation on embracing reality,
Okay.
which, that's a big part of our book, Having the Mind of Christ. One of the
Yeah.
axioms is that God meets us in our messy reality. And so we don't try to change our reality, but we have to accept it as it is, as
Hmm.
the place of God's grace, God's meeting with us. So anyway, I finished that a while back. What am I reading now? I'm reading I'm reading a few books by this Jungian psychotherapist called James Hollis.
Huh.
So that's another kind of um, anyway, not from a Christian perspective, but from like a Jungian second half of life kind of perspective. So I'm reading some of that. I'm also reading. I just got through a novel on audiobook by Guy
Oh.
Gavriel Kay
Okay.
called, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. It's his latest book. Anyway, he's a fantasy author that I really have enjoyed reading lately. What is the book called? I really want to get this. Really want. Oh, Written on the Dark. It was a book that he wrote just last year.
Okay.
But he's written tons of fantasy, and I've started reading a lot of his works. They're very good. Really like them.
I'm not a big fan of fantasy. I know some people hate me because I just said that, but
Yeah. What is?
I
I mean, do you know what's wrong with you, or do you understand
I
what's?
don't know why I don't like it. I just
Yeah.
don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't like fantasy. I don't like reading it or even watching movies. I don't like fantasy
You know, like
movies either.
Lord of the Rings. That's the
No, I know
fantasy.
people. I'm like not a
Yeah.
Christian,
You
but
aren't. Yeah, it's truly not a Christian, but we're praying for you. All of our listeners are praying for you, Christy,
yes,
that you
yes.
will
Is
come
wait,
to
is
repent.
Narnia considered fantasy?
For sure. That's a
Okay,
total
well, I
fantasy.
like Narnia. I take
Okay,
that
well,
back.
what's the
That's the only
difference?
series.
Let's explore
I
this.
don't know. It was like meaningful.
Oh, you only enjoy meaningful fantasy. Okay. And
I
that's
don't
why Lord of the
know.
Rings doesn't do it for
I
you.
know, right? I'm
Yeah.
so dumb. I don't know.
No. I'm just,
Maybe I'm too dumb to understand. I mean, I know that there's so much like storyline and teaching and whatever, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's, uh, that's okay, Christy. All joking aside, you don't have to like
Thanks.
fantasy. It's okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
anyway.
so I read that. Do you like sci-fi?
Yeah. I like watching sci-fi, like the X-Files.
Okay.
Remember the X-Files?
Oh yeah.
Oh
My
yeah, that
mom
was a great
loved that
show.
show. Loved
Yeah.
it. And so,
But generally I don't.
yeah.
I think
Well,
because it
anyway,
kind of gross. Sometimes it's like gory. Sometimes sci-fi can get like, I
sure.
don't know,
It kind of
gruesome.
veers into horror sometimes,
Yeah, I
like
don't like
sci-fi
that.
horror.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading I ask because the other novel I'm reading, this is my bedtime novel. So I always have an audiobook I'm listening to in the car when I work out or drive.
Okay.
Well, I don't work out in the car, but when I'm working out or driving. And then I have a written novel that I read before bed. And
Oh,
so I'll, get into bed and just read until I get sleepy and then put it
okay.
away and go to sleep. But that
Okay.
novel is Shroud by Adrian Tchaikovsky, who is a sci-fi author.
Oh.
Um,
I fall asleep so fast, there's no way I could read at bedtime.
yeah,
Like, I literally, Paul tells me that I fall asleep within like,
yeah,
42 seconds of laying down.
that's great. Got good sleep hygiene.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have a whole wind down routine. As I've gotten older, I've had to like be intentional about my sleep. And so I
Yeah.
have a whole like wind down routine where I'm like, I try to be in bed by 9:30, And usually then I'm nodding off by 10 because I want to get a solid
Okay.
8 hours.
That's
Wake
good.
up at 6.
That's really
So
good.
yeah, I'm trying to. It's part of embracing my limitations, Christine. I used to
I
love staying up late. I mean, I still like staying up late. I like staying up late and getting up early because I think I just like quiet and I like being alone.
yeah.
But it was, it was just like there was I don't know, there was some, I wasn't getting enough sleep. And so I had to change, but there's like it's like almost like a spiritual discipline for me where I have to
Oh,
just
it
trust
totally.
that there's enough time. There's enough time
I don't know
for
how to do
everything.
that though I mean, you're an empty nester. I don't know how to do that
Hmm.
with teenage kids because when they want to talk
I know.
is after 10 o'clock.
I remember that.
It is
I
so
remember that.
weird. I'm like an early morning. I wake up
Yeah.
at 5:30 without an alarm.
Hmm.
And doggone it, man, my kids want to like share their hearts at like
I know.
10:30.
And you want to be there for that. You can't
I
be just like,
do.
you know, um,
Yeah.
be more open at 8 a.m., please.
Yeah.
Um, I know I've heard there's something biological about that. There's something about teenager brains that makes them like awake, alert, like at that time of night.
Huh.
I've heard
Well,
it's
it
not
is true.
even it's just like a cultural thing. I know it is true, but it makes it very deeply challenging, doesn't it, to try to be a good mom, be a good dad,
Yeah.
and
I
also get enough sleep so you can be a good mom.
seriously, Paul and I take turns, I think. Like
Yeah.
he does better at nighttime. So,
Oh, that's good.
um
That's nice.
but we do take turns sometimes cuz I'm like, "Ooh, I
Uh,
got to go to bed."
yeah.
But
All right.
anyway,
Yeah.
um
Well, it's good to catch up on books that we're
I
reading.
know. Who are we talking to today?
Who are we talking to today? We're talking with David Swanson today. David Swanson's a pastor in Chicago. We talked with him today. He's written some books and he's been on the podcast before, but today we talked with him. We actually talked with him back in November about this, and
Which is kind
this
of
is
crazy
I know.
just because of what we talked with them about and what's happening in the news right now.
Yes, exactly. So we just had, we record these episodes and then we schedule them for release. And anyway, this was just when this wasn't scheduled for release. But we talked with David about the work that he and his church have been doing in Chicago, the south side of Chicago where they live, to respond to the presence of ICE in their neighborhoods. And ICE meaning not frozen water, but immigration and customs enforcement. And how they have been seeking to bear witness to violence and terror, calling for repentance and seeking to nonviolently resist the attacks on Christians and clergy and immigrants in their neighborhood, the lawlessness of federal agents, MAGA's politics of death, and the overt racism of the mass deportation agenda. So they had been doing that work for quite a bit. There was a lot of action and activity in Chicago at that time. Obviously, now the focus has turned to Minnesota
Mhm.
after the killing of Renee Good. And so I think this episode is coming out perhaps at just the right time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really saddened actually when we talked to him about just seeing that they weren't allowed to go in.
Yep.
Like the clergy were blocked from going in
Yep.
and hearing that and just I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually thought about that so many times after our
Yes.
interview with him.
Yeah. There's so many examples of how the cruelty is the point. Why deny spiritual care for people
Right.
that are in custody? Why deny communion to people
Right.
who are in custody if the point is truly just deportation or getting rid of dangerous criminals? That why do that? Well,
Right.
it's because the cruelty is the point. So fear and intimidation, cruelty, that's all what we see on display now in Minnesota. I've got relatives in Minnesota, and I've got people who are you know talking about. Um, one of my relatives talked about someone that they go to school with who was late for school one morning because ICE agents were waiting around outside, in their neighborhood. And this is a family that's full U.S. citizens, but they're Latino and they don't speak
Mhm.
English. The parents don't speak English, and so they were afraid to let their daughter go to school. So that's happening. So anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's a timely episode. A little bit more about David Swanson. David is an author and the founding pastor of New Community Covenant Church, who lives with his family on the south side of Chicago. He is the founder and CEO of New Community Outreach, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to healing community trauma through restorative practices. That sounds awesome. David is the author of several books, including Rediscipling the White Church, From Cheap Diversity to True Solidarity, which I think we interviewed him about on this podcast. And another one of his books is Plundered, The Tangled Roots of Racial and Environmental Injustice. David is a member of the Rocha USA board and a coach for the Wheaton College Preaching Institute. He's a former director of church planting for the Evangelical Covenant Church. He's a graduate of Montreal College, Wheaton College Graduate School, and North Park Theological Seminary. He keeps track of what he's reading on his Substack, which we'll link to. And I think that's his Substack. No, that's his website. If you go to dwswanson.com, there's a link there to what he's reading. So what he's reading in 2025. He read a lot of books. My goodness. 51 books. I don't read as much as I used to, Christy.
That's like one a week.
It is one a week. It's pretty good. Some good books on there too. If you're looking for good book recommendations, go to David Swanson's website. All right, I lost the rest of his bio. Where'd it go? There it is. And then most Tuesday mornings, you'll find him wandering around Jackson Park looking for birds. So that's the final thing. Speaking of embodied presence, if you live in the Chicago area, you can find him looking for birds at Jackson Park on Tuesday mornings. All right.
Okay.
Good enough, Christy?
Yeah, it's great.
All right, let's get into